Okay, Dash Show Rose back here with another video. This time I'm going to be talking about boating buddies from season 6 of SpongeBob. We're officially in the bad territory of SpongeBob now. God, it can be awful at times. Anywho, before I get into it, I want to mention some stuff. Number one, I'm using DVDs now because none of my DVDs are scratched, and I'd rather do that than go into a streaming service. Because with multiple people watching streaming platforms, you can accidentally get kicked out of it, so I don't want to take a chance of that. And, what else? Oh yeah, I was going to talk about the capture card too. Yes, I'm working on the capture card. It's gonna take some time, though. It's gonna take some time. And it feels like it's dragging on for a long time. Because I've been waiting, here's the thing. I have a father who's he doesn't really know what he's doing here. But a lot of times, I wait for him to do something and it takes him forever to do it. I had my doorknob in my room and it took him forever to put it back on the door. It took him months to do that. And that was back in 2015, so yeah. But anywho, I'm going to try to work on the capture card. I may just start playing games without commentary, and then eventually I may do games with commentary. I want to do it with commentary first, but I may not be able to do that. So I may play New Super Mario Bros. Wii or something. Expect something like that. Anywho, let's get into this episode. Okay, we're finally in the episode. I also forgot to mention the title theme for the card. God, I hate it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the music of it. I know that some people may like some of the SpongeBob songs, but I don't like the later season songs. At least the dark age of SpongeBob, I don't like the music. In season 8 and 7, they constantly play this theme over and over again. It's so, I don't like it. I'm not sure what they call the theme, but I know it's not as good as the hornpipe song. But anywho, this is boating buddies. Is it good or bad or meh? Well, I have something to talk about here. This episode is not funny. It's not funny at all. There are a few jokes, but it's more creepy than funny. For example, it only takes SpongeBob 10 seconds on the screen of the episode for him to bug Squidward. Guess why he's bugging Squidward this time? Just guess. It's because he's breathing. God, SpongeBob, you are so fucking creepy. That's just creepy. Even if you're bored, it's creepy to do that to somebody. But yeah, he's basically just harassing Squidward in this episode and kind of stalking him too. It's really creepy. This is where SpongeBob is at his creepiest moments. I know in the past he's broken into Squidward's house and stuff in the pre-movie era and stuff, and even season 4 and 5, but he never fucking bugged Squidward because he was breathing. That's just creepy. And then it gets to the part where Squidward tries to run away from SpongeBob like he's creeped out and scared by him, only for him to hit a stop sign and get a ticket to go to boating school. Honestly, I feel like that's forced. I don't care if this is SpongeBob logic. He got a ticket to go to boating school again because he he hit a stop sign. I mean, I get the ticket part, but to have to go to the boating school again for just messing up one time, it's ridiculous. It's not even like he damaged anybody, he just hit a stop sign. SpongeBob has ran over people before. I mean, he ran over Fred in a cutscene on this one episode in season 2 where Mrs. Puff forces, basically makes SpongeBob pass with extra credit. Yes, Fred, I guess, was in there, but yeah, it's just stupid how Squidward gets a ticket and has to redo boating school for just hitting a goddamn stop sign. Like, what the fuck? What the absolute fuck, I tell you. God, it's so stupid. Anywho, let's get to the next part of the episode. The boating school part. Okay, yeah, SpongeBob is really creepy in this episode. I actually didn't notice this when I watched the episode, but I thought I remembered this. And I was trying to make sure it was this episode. But yes, SpongeBob is now touching Squidward inappropriately. So he's getting in his bubble, touching him inappropriately. Yeah, it's just bad. Also, it seems like my phone's kind of moving all over the place again. Hopefully it doesn't mess up my video. Anywho, they're in boating school now, and as usual, SpongeBob's gonna keep harassing Squidward because this is season 6 of SpongeBob. Because why not? Why the fuck not? And guess what? If it's not bad enough here, we have Squidward repeating the same scene that happened. The scene the audience saw. So basically he's repeating, he's basically saying SpongeBob has stalked Squidward, and it was stalking Squidward, and he basically Squidward was talking about that. Basically a scene we already seen before. And then SpongeBob comes in because his Mrs. Puff asked him, asked to tell his side of the story, I guess. Come on, Mrs. Puff, you hate SpongeBob too. Why are you not with Squidward on this? But basically, yeah, it's just, he basically puts his scene in there saying Squidward and SpongeBob best boating buddies. So basically it has the boating buddies part in it. But this is nothing boating buddies. This is like boating terror is what this episode is. It's terror, I tell you. So we got SpongeBob harassing Squidward. We got Squidward repeating himself, like in boating school, repeating the scene and having to take boating school again for hitting a fucking stop sign. I wonder what else is next. Well, let's find out. Okay, now we're at the best part of the episode. So I talked about the bad stuff. This is the best part of the episode. Usually the car scenes with the boating are usually the best. But you can see Mrs. Puff has like an axe, like the guy from the Friday the 13th movies. I think it's actually no, it's Jason or whatever. I don't know. Squidward's dressed as a chef, and SpongeBob's dressed as a gorilla. This is by far the best scene. Sadly, it doesn't even last very long, and for some reason, they shrink down, and the mailman, I guess, is gone rabbit or something. I'm not sure what the hell is going on. There's like this lab scene where they had this mailman tied up, but for some reason, they're gonna, I guess, cure his craziness by shrinking them. I'm not really sure. Basically, they both shrink. Well, they all shrink, and they get washed up. But for some reason, Squidward gets into the bathroom, the same bathroom where he got beat up the first time. But Mrs. Puff and SpongeBob are fine. They go out a different drain, which is so confusing. Yes, and guess what? Because Squidward got beat up twice, You think it would stop there, but no, guess what? Apparently, SpongeBob finally gets it in his noggin. He finally fucking gets it that Squidward wants to be left alone. The scene feels very forced. I would show it off, but I've already showed off a few scenes now. But basically, Squidward can't take his test, so he asks for help from SpongeBob, only for SpongeBob to say, "Well, guess what? You didn't want my help, so I don't want yours." Well, basically Squidward didn't want his help, so he's not gonna help. And Squidward fails his test, only for him to have to do boating school again for another week. So yeah, this episode is really bad. So SpongeBob has no problem bugging Squidward and stalking him for basically breathing, because he doesn't have anything better to do. But when it comes to Squidward taking a test, basically Squidward has to fail his test because SpongeBob won't help, because Squidward said so, even though Squidward's the one who said that he wanted to be left alone at the beginning of the episode. It feels like the writers really hate Squidward. They want Squidward to suffer, because this season alone has so many Squidward torture episodes. It's no joke. Anywho, this is the dumpster fire of boating buddies. Boating buddies, boating horror, I don't know what the hell. The episode should be called SpongeBob Stalking Squidward, because that's all he fucking does in this episode. And I didn't even mention the fact that he breathes slowly, was breathing with, right in his face. There's a scene like that, I'm serious. It's so creepy. Why the fuck don't they ban these episodes, like the Splinter and stuff, and not ban the Mr. Krabs episode from season 3, Midlife Castrations? At least that episode's not creepy like this one. I don't know. Anywho, what's the score for this episode? Well, let's find out. Let's see here. It's got some, it's really bad, but it's not super duper awful. Again, it has this nice car scene, like usual. I think it was in the episode No 3 Rides, too. Anywho, what is the scoring? Well, I'm gonna give it, hold on. I'm gonna give it something. I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna think what I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it 12 points. Yes, 12 points. I don't know if you could hear that scene or not, but I videoed a point system thing. Yeah, this is getting 12 points. Surprisingly, on this Katamari game I videoed the point thing, I actually got 12 points, like I was trying to do, but the points are so random on that game. But this is getting 12 points too. I was actually hoping I was actually probably going to give it 12 points before I recorded the game footage. So, anywho, this is Boating Buddies. A horrible episode. God, I hate it. I don't recommend it to anybody unless people want to watch creepy stuff. Anywho, I'll be talking to you later. Dasho Rose out. Also, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell.